Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Episcopal High School in Houston. Tonight we got a Southwest prep for a district battle between the Knights of Episcopal and the Kinkaid Falcons. The Knights won the toss, elected to defer, so Caden Castillo will be kicking things off. Cameron Henry back deep to receive along with Dylan Bell for the Falcons. Kinkaid comes in at 5-2, 1-1 in district play. The Knights still looking for their first district win at 0-2. They're 1-5 on the season. And they do a quick little pooch kick. It's up in the air, and it's caught! The onside kick works. Davis Bell, the senior DB, comes up as nobody came up for the Knights and called fair catch. That's what you're supposed to do. They didn't do it. And so it will be the offense of the Knights we see first, led by Trace Organ, the senior quarterback. He's got a couple of running backs behind him in Ty Blevins, the sophomore, and Colby Gay, the senior. And they will take over at the 48-yard line of Kinkaid. What a way to start this game off. They start with all four receivers, two either side. Blevins next to Oregon as Oregon looks to the sideline. Snap it with one on the play clock. Fakes it, goes right side with a nice block. First down and more. Into the secondary at the 20. And at the 10 all the way down to the 9-yard line. A 39-yard run to start things off, and it's going to be first and goal, Episcopal. Looking at the offensive line, left tackle Cullen Witt, a sophomore. Left guard Hutch Coward, a junior. Kalen Graham is the senior center, also a captain. Other captain is Bo Edwards, a senior. And Billy Wheelis, a sophomore right tackle. So first and goal from the 9. Same spread formation as they look to the sideline. See if Oregon decides to put it in the air. Nope, hits it to Blevins instead. Runs into the back of his blocker. Breaks one tackle, still pushing. As they push the line forward all the way about to the 3-yard line. So Blevins with a 6-yard gain there. Going to be second and goal from the 3. Wide receivers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chase Woodard, a senior. Cole Bailey, a senior. Drew Michael, a senior. And Marshall Owens, a senior. Looks like we might have an injured Falcon on the plays. He's getting up slowly. Very muddy field, as you can see. Young man's going to have to come off the field for a play. And looks like it might be Trace St. Julian, their senior defensive end. These are two teams that know each other well. Episcopal has won 14 out of the 24 meetings and tied another. Second and goal from the 3 under center now. Try the sweep play to Blevins. Stumbles toward the end zone. He's going to be short inside the 1. Going to bring up third and goal. It might be a sloppy field, as you can see the brown spots on the night field. A little bit of rain this week. But it is third down and goal. Definitely 4-down territory. And they spot it right on the 1-yard line. Tie-dye formation backfield and quarterback sneak pushing the quarterback in. Still no signal yet as they're trying to unpile. And he's short. Fourth down in inches. So the Knights will have to try one more time to see if they can get a touchdown. Oregon was pushed by behind. I believe that was Key Shaper who lined up as a fullback. He's a big defensive lineman. They are indeed going for it. We'll see if they try something similar or if they try and maybe hand it off or sweep it. Fourth and goal. Same formation. Oregon under center. Going to get pushed again. Still looking. Touchdown. But there is a flag on the play. We're going to have to wait and see this. It is offside, will be declined. So the Knights will strike first as Trace Organ, the senior quarterback, started with a 39-yard run and then ended it with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now the extra point. Logan Phillips puts it up. It is no good. So with 9:40 to play in the first quarter, an onside kick for the Knights. The Knights have a 6-0 lead on their initial drive. They only had to go half the field to do it. So we'll see if they decide to kick it away this time or if they go back to the well once more. As Castillo will tee it up. He didn't really disguise it last time. It was a perfectly executed pooch kick just past the 50. Needed to go 10 yards. It went to 11. And we'll see if he decides to kick it deep. If the Falcons don't stop it, maybe you want to try it again. Episcopal has won 2 of the last 3 games, but they did lose last year to Kinkaid in their meeting, 27-14. It's an onside kick on the ground, and this is covered up nicely. Ben Holm on the near side recovers it at the 49-yard line of Episcopal. So we'll meet the defense momentarily. We can already start with the defensive line. The nose guard is Makai Wong, a junior. And the defensive ends we will see, Hutch Coward, the two-way starter junior. Also Bo Edwards, the two-way starter. Jason Otah, the big defensive end. Micah Bell is the running back. David Capiabianco is the quarterback in the shotgun for the Falcons. Slot man and 2 receivers either side. Man in motion. Handoff left side to Bell. Breaks one leg tackle, heading for the sideline. First down and out of bounds. Good for 11 yards. Simple off-tackle play as the line pushes everybody to the inside. The defensive backs, cornerback starting, are sophomore Braylon Thompson, Jacob Stavanoa, the senior, and the safeties are Braden Crow, a junior, and Jackson Chavis, also a junior. This time they run the option. They pitch it, looking to pass, but pressured, now throws it downfield, up in the air. They catch it, touchdown. An amazing catch by the Knights in the end zone. Unbelievable. He was well covered, but going up to get it was Cameron Henry. Dylan Bell took the pitch and then tossed it 39 yards, and somehow Dylan Bell went up to get it and caught it on his back. We'll see if they decide to go for 2, if they kick it deep, or if they kick it and try and tie the game. It looks like they have their offense out there. And they will go for 2. It's going to be Bell taking the direct snap, trying to get around the right side. Convoy blockers in front of him, and he gets there. So the Falcons take an 8-6 lead at just 20 seconds after falling down by 6. And now they will kick it away, and the Knights will try and respond. So now for the first time, we'll see Grant Peterson kicking things off for the Knights. We'll get to the rest of the defense the next time they're out on the field for Episcopal. These two teams represent 10 of the last 11 state champions in the Southwest Prep 4A division. Of course, Episcopal won it in 2019, defeating Kinkaid. Back deep to receive is Nico Gomez, the sophomore. And it will go deep. And Gomez is going to let it go into the end zone for a touchback. So this time, Episcopal will have to go the length of the field if they want to regain the lead that they had for only 20 seconds of game time. Oregon didn't need to put the ball in the air the last drive. Got 39 yards of it with his legs. Then the last several inches for the touchdown on 4th and goal. This time he has two backs in the backfield. Colby Gay joins Blevins. Linebarger in motion. And it's going to be Blevins. Nope. Quarterback keeper, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. Trace Oregon saw the play was going to be blown up. Tried to get to the outside and instead ended up going backwards and loses 6 yards. So definitely a passing situation for Episcopal. There are play clocks and game clocks on both sides of the end zones here at Episcopal High School. This time play action, looking to throw is Oregon, pressured. Going to be flushed to the right, going to take it himself. He'll get some yardage back to about the original line of scrimmage, maybe 7 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9. So early pressure from the Kinkaid front 7 forced Oregon to scramble. So now 3rd down and 9. And it's going to be up to the offensive line to keep the defensive line out of the backfield if Oregon wants to get this pass off. Two receivers either side. Gay in the backfield. Oregon with time. Now he'll tuck it and throw it. And it's completed near the 1st down marker. And I think they're going to give it to him. Colby Gay out of the backfield. And they're going to put it right on the 35-yard line and move the chains. Nope. Where are they going to spot it? They're going to spot it just short. So another 4th and inches, the second one of the first half of this first quarter. And it looks like the offense is staying on the field for Episcopal. And now the officials change their mind and say it's a 1st down. So a break for Episcopal. This time he's under center, and Gay will get the handoff. Stutter steps. He's going to be dropped after a short gain. Nico Gomez from his defensive back spot. Going to make it 2nd down and 8. Episcopal with a traditional huddle offense, which is getting rarer and rarer these days, as the clock ticks inside 7 minutes to play first quarter. Oregon in the shotgun. Now he will look to the sideline for a play change. 6 seconds on the play clock. Gay to his right. He'll get the handoff and be stuck in the backfield. Going to bring up 3rd down as Alex LaSuade comes in from the defensive end spot, or the linebacker spot. And they say he got back to the line of scrimmage, so it's 3rd down and long once again. 8 yards to go for a 1st down. Lane Linebarger has checked in. He's spread out on the near side. Both backs in there on third down. Rolling right side and looking. Intercepted. Heading down the sideline. 20-yard line and finally tackled. As Lawrence comes up and makes the interception. Actually, that was Cooper Buck. Who made the interception. And so great field position for the Kinkaid Falcons as they'll set up shop at the 16-yard line. Nice job by Harrison Lawrence to break on it. So Kinkaid knocking on the door once again. Can the Episcopal defense stiffen? Capabianco, play action, looking over the middle, has a man, but overthrew him. And the back judge goes down. Looks like he's okay. Alex Gotzigan was the intended receiver, and he was open. Would have taken a perfect pass. Second down and 10. So let's see if the defense can stiffen. Now an empty backfield for Capabianco. Pressure up the middle, and he's going to tuck it and run. And is going to be stopped by Quinn Charlton, one of the senior linebackers. Other linebackers, George Still, a senior. Beck Howenstein, a senior. Walker Dio, a junior. We'll also see senior Jake Lewis, senior Reed Turlington, and sophomore Hawk Cockrell. It's going to bring up third down and 7 for the Falcons. Presumably 4-down territory for the Falcons. Big Micah Bell is in the backfield, but Capabianco is looking to throw, has a man, and going up the ladder, but too high, is incomplete. Looked like it was Dylan Bell who went up for it. And so now 4th down and 7. And the Knights defense has a chance to force a 4 and out after the turnover. Right now, the Knights quarterback in Capabianco has been high with his 2 passes. Remember, the touchdown pass was thrown by Dylan Bell. He's alone in the backfield once again. 4th down and 7. Can Episcopal hold? It's Bell in motion. Fake the hand sweep. They're trying to screen the other way, and that's it. Bell's knee hit the ground, but they're calling it. They're going to say he wasn't down, and Bell's going to score. Dylan Bell goes into the end zone, even though it looked like his knee hit the ground at the line of scrimmage. The officials are going to score a touchdown. So on 4th and 6, Dylan Bell now has a TD reception to go with his touchdown pass. So you saw him slip and slide, but give Bell credit. He got up and kept on going, avoided a tackle. And now a timeout going to be called. And Coach Steve Lies, he can't believe it. He's talking to the official now and saying, why wasn't his knee down? Now the officials are going to talk it over. It's not like they can challenge it like you can in pro or college. A huge play for the Falcons on 4th down and 7. The first completion for David Capabianco as they try for the swing pass to the left side. Now the referee talking to Coach Lease. And it looks like they're overturning the call. In high school, that's unbelievable because the Episcopal defense comes off the field. His knee came down around the line of scrimmage, so that was fourth down. The ball would go over on downs. Ultimately, it's the right call. That's something you see very, very rarely. The officials coming together well after the play and changing the call. And Coach Nathan Larned for the Falcons has got to be incensed. Right call or not. So wipe the touchdown off the board and give the ball back to the Knights offense. Officials still talking on the field. The ball is spotted on the 17-yard line. And Episcopal gets a break with 4:51 remaining in the first quarter, down 2. Bell kind of puts his arms up, saying, I scored, nobody blew the whistle, so why are they taking it away? But I think everybody saw his knee go down. He wasn't touched, of course, but you don't need to be touched in high school. Now, Coach Larned won't take this lying down, finally going back to the sideline, giving the officials a piece of his mind. And I think we're about ready. Episcopal, the defense comes up big after their offense gives up a turnover on an interception. So let's see what Coach Lees and Oregon and company can do to turn things around. Gay and Blevins in the backfield next to Oregon. And the give is to Gay around right tackle. Following a lead blocker is not going to get very much, although keeps his legs going, and he will cross the 20 to about the 21-yard line. Going to bring up second down. Call it 6. Remember, it was the Knights' tackle for loss on first down the last time they had the football, which led to the 3rd and long and the interception. This time they gained the important 3 or 4 yards on first down. So on 2nd and 6, Lineberger split out left. Give us to Gay once again, same play. And not as good of a result. He may have gotten a yard. He's swarmed over by a host of Falcon defenders. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6 from about the 22-yard line. You can see both teams with mud on their uniforms already. So we'll see if Coach Lees decides to let Oregon throw it downfield this time, as this pass hung up in the air last time and was picked off. Linebarger splits out wide right. Bailey wide left on 3rd down. Play action. Has a little bit of pressure. Trying to get away from it. Going to tuck it and run. It has some daylight. He'll have the first down. Nice job by Trace Oregon. Finally stopped in the secondary by Micah Bell. So a 9-yard gain on 3rd and 6. And that seems to be the best play when a pass is called. And Trace Oregon drops back. He's had a couple of good scrambles for positive yards, and that moves the sticks inside 3 minutes to play first quarter now. Episcopal kicked off, got the onside kick, marched half a field, scored on 4th and inches. But then 2 plays later, after a failed onside kick, the Falcons had a halfback pass for 39 yards to take the lead. Oregon looks to throw on first down, has time, throws into the flat. Nice catch by Drew Michael, dropped near the 40-yard line. So a nice short pass into the flat for positive yards, going to bring up 2nd down and 4. Hopefully that'll give Oregon some confidence as he drops back to pass. Knights in no hurry. This time Woodard and Bailey split out wide right. And two receivers to the left. It's going to be quarterback run all the way, and Oregon going to be stopped short of the first down. Well, he got a nice spot. We'll see where they give it to him. And they're going to say he gets to about the 41-yard line, so 3rd down and 2. So we'll see if they keep it on the ground. Very likely 4-down territory, barring a big loss. Lone setback is Blevins. Oregon looks to the sideline. Blevins off the left side. 1st down after he puts his foot in the ground across midfield, across the 40, and finally runs over a tackler at the 37-yard line. 22-yard gain on 3rd and short. First big run for Ty Blevins. Excellent job by Blevins to put his foot in the ground, not trying to get to the outside where he might have been tackled short of the 1st down. The crease opened up, and he just kept on going. This time, bunch formation to the left side. And again, it's Oregon under center. Play action this time, looking to throw, has time into the flat. And incomplete. Pass intended for Bailey, just a little bit overthrown. Bailey tried to dive for it. Officials say he trapped it. Going to bring up 2nd and 10. Nice job by the line to give him a little bit more time. Oregon's pass just a bit off the mark. 34 ticks left on the first quarter clock. This time 3 receivers split out wide to the right. Gay is in the backfield. Oregon looks to throw that way. Quick little curl route, 1st down, off to the races. Good block in the secondary and a touchdown for Drew Michael. I want to say it was Cole Bailey who was blocking in the secondary and gave Drew Michael a lane to go score from 35 yards out. First touchdown pass of the game for Trace Oregon. They fled the right side, run the quick curl route, and Drew Michael does the rest. So now it's Logan Phillips. Try the extra point. Missed his first one. That one's a lot better. So with 24 seconds left on the first period clock, the 3rd touchdown of the quarter, and the Knights have taken a 13-8 lead over the Falcons. So a back and forth first stanza for these two rivals. Kinkaid is trying to get into the state championship game. They're 1-1 in district along with St. Mark's. Episcopal School of Dallas and St. John's tied atop the district at 2-0. And Episcopal with 0-2. They really need a win to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. So we'll see if Caden Castillo decides to kick it short. It looks like now the Knights have the Falcons have their hands team in there, and nobody is deep. So we'll see what the strategy is. And Castillo will kick it deep. Only one man going to pick it up at the 24-yard line. It's going to be Alex Gotzigan. Avoids one tackle, but then tackled at the 25-yard line. So time for a play or two before we go to quarter number 2.
27-yard line.
So now we'll see what Capobianco and company have in store. Now trailing for the second time tonight. Last time they struck quickly. Micah Bell is behind Capobianco, and that's Dylan Bell in motion. Pass is to the flat and upended after a 6-yard gain. And that play will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Harrison Lawrence upended after a 7-yard gain. And so an action-packed first quarter finally comes to an end with our score, Episcopal 13 and Kinkaid 8. You're watching Episcopal High School football on Vype Sports. Ready to start the second quarter at Episcopal High School in Bel Air. These schools less than 7 miles apart. Haven't always been in the same district, but they've almost always played each other every season. Now 2nd down and 3. And the handoff is inside to Micah Bell. He's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Coming up the bottom of the pile is George Still. So now 3rd down and 3 upcoming as the defense trying to come up with another stand. They forced a 4-and-out last time after the turnover deep in their territory. Can they force a 3-and-out now and perhaps give their offense a little bit better field position? We'll see if Capobianco goes to the air. Wing back to the right side, Micah Bell behind him. High snap over the Capobianco's head. And it's Episcopal ball. Number 73, Hutch Coward. Sprints in from his defensive end spot, gets on the football before Capobianco can get it back, and now the Knights have a benefit from a turnover from Kinkaid. They spotted at the Kinkaid 25. And so now a chance for Episcopal to widen their lead early here in the second quarter.
Take one step to your left.
So Oregon starts this drive under center. Gay in the backfield. Linebarger in motion. Flea flicker. Hitting for Linebarger, one-on-one. Can he get to it? There's some contact. Incomplete. Episcopal fans wanted a flag, but it was just incidental. Pretty good coverage that time on the cornerback. So a little trickery attempted by Coach Lease after the turnover, but nice coverage on the near side by the cornerback, Alex Gotzigan. Check that. That was actually Cameron Henry, the near side cornerback, on the coverage. So 2nd down and 10 for Episcopal. Linebarger in motion. Right side Gay picking his way forward and hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll get a couple yards, and that's about it. Shea Daniels comes up from his linebacker spot to make the initial hit. So he only got one. Going to be 3rd and 9. The tight end William Mingwasser comes out. Chase Woodard comes in at the wideout spot on a passing down. Can Episcopal take advantage of the miscue by Kinkaid? Receivers split either side. Blevins in the backfield. Oregon looks to throw. Set a screen left side. Can Blevins get through? Finds the seam, but still going to be stopped short of the first down. Stopped about 4 yards short. Decision time. Possible field goal attempt, but the conditions are not ideal. So we'll see if they decide to go for it on 4th down and 3. And it appears the offense is staying on the field. We'll see if Coach Lease goes back to the air. Will they rely on the ground game of either Blevins, Gay, or perhaps Trace Oregon, who had a big gain in the first quarter on a read option? Both backs in the backfield. Receivers split to the right side. And a timeout going to be whistled and by Episcopal. 9:28 left to play in the first half. An important play in this football game with the Knights up 13-8 over the Falcons here at Episcopal High School. Back to action early in the second quarter. Episcopal with a 13-8 lead, facing a 4th down and 3. Deep in Falcon territory. At the 18-yard line. Empty backfield now. Gay comes back into the backfield, as does Blevins. Plenty of time on the play clock. Looks to throw. Going to tuck it and run. Now he puts it up in the air. Has a man open. Knocked away. Excellent play by Grant Peterson, the defensive back, as Blevins was breaking to the end zone, but Peterson in perfect position to knock it away near the goal line. So the ball goes over on downs to Kinkaid, and that's a big stop by the Kinkaid defense. So now Kinkaid will take over. And they'll try and mount a drive so they can retake the lead. Micah Bell behind David Capabianco. Receivers either side. One man in motion, and the give is to Micah Bell, trying to bounce it outside, being strung out. And stopped at about the 24-yard line. As Jacob Stavanoa comes up from his corner spot to make the stop. Official's going to give him 6 yards. They like to run Micah Bell to the wide side of the field. He's not only fast, he's patient when he needs to be. That time he picks up 7. Same formation, 2nd and 3. Motion right side. Capabianco looking to throw deep, one-on-one. Going to be a jump ball, and caught once again inside the 45-yard line. Cameron Henry just has a knack for the football and comes down with it at the Knight 40-yard line. 34-yard pass. So Coach Larned, even when there's one-on-one coverage and good coverage, he's telling Capobianco to let her rip, and it pays dividends now as they swing the field. Capobianco looking again, now flush to his right side, going to try and run it, but he's hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped by Hutch Coward, the man who recovered the fumble the last time he was on the field on defense. This time he stops the quarterback for no gain on the scramble. Coward comes off the field. Still Micah Bell in the backfield as Dylan Bell splits out wide left. They like that double wing formation. The give is to Micah Bell with some room. Makes one man miss in the hole. Gets good yardage, maybe about 6 yards. Brought down by 99 Jason Otah from his defensive end spot. Right at the 35-yard line. Again, likely 4-down territory, barring a miscue snap or something like that, or a large sack. So you can see Falcons don't huddle up. They look to the sideline for their play call. Motion man again on 3rd down. Same play. Micah Bell this time makes one man miss in the backfield, has the first down, and finally wrestled out of bounds by a host of Knights, led by Jackson Chavis from his safety spot. So despite the poor conditions, Micah Bell keeps his feet under him, makes a man miss, and moves the sticks for Kinkaid. So we'll see if the Episcopal defense can get a stop here. So they're taking a lot of time to get the play in. 14 seconds on the play clock. It doesn't look like they're doing anything. Looks like they're going to call a timeout. Coach Larned just waiting for the play clock to run down. And he calls a timeout with 6:14 left to play in the first half. That's the second one for the Falcons, as they're knocking on the door of the red zone, trying to regain this lead, which they lost in the first quarter. Of course, both these teams with a rich playoff history. Episcopal since 1991 has won the state title 7 times, including back in 2019, as we said, when they beat Kinkaid 42-14. The year before that, it was Kinkaid beating Episcopal 41-14, and the Falcons, since 1954, have won a state title 29 times in various divisions. Trying to get number 30, but they're going to need to win tonight and beat at least one of the 2 teams who are leading in their district, Episcopal School of Dallas or St. John. Now it looks like the Falcons are ready to resume offense with a first down from the Episcopal 26. We'll see if they bring Trace St. Julian in motion. Nope, they don't. They go to the right side with Dylan Bell, has a crease, drops the football, and fell back on it. And that's a break for Episcopal because he was heading for the red zone for sure. Might have gotten to the 10. Instead, he has to retreat, fall on the football, and ends up with a gain of 5. It looks like he may have just let it slip. I'm not sure it was poked out. That was good blocking by the interior line of Kinkaid. So the 2 bell cows in the backfield, Micah Bell and Dylan Bell, racking up some offense for Kinkaid. And Dylan Bell remains the tailback. Left side, gets through a crease, still going. near the first down marker, and he's going to have it at about the 12-yard line. So Dylan Bell with a couple of carries. A little bit exciting, but he moves the sticks for Kinkaid. A little bit different running back than Micah Bell. A little bit fresher legs. Dylan Bell already has a touchdown pass, a touchdown reception, and very possible could get a touchdown carry on this drive unless Episcopal can keep the Knights, or rather the Falcons, out of the end zone. Dylan Bell left side with a crease heading for the end zone. He will score standing up. Dylan Bell with his third score and his third method of scoring, that one from 14 yards out. And the Falcons regain the lead with under 5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Impressive drive by Kinkaid, and now we'll see if Episcopal can answer. Looks like they may go for two. And they will. Capibanco, Dylan Bell and company stay in. They were successful on their first attempt. They basically went student body right with a direct snap to Dylan Bell. Looks like they're lined up to do the same thing. Tough snap, going to try the left side. Can he get in? He's going to be stopped short. So the snap goes awry, and the two-point try is no good. So 4:54 remaining in the first half. Episcopal will get the ball down by a point, 14-13. So Grant Peterson tees it up for Kinkaid. And Episcopal trying to counter the go-ahead touchdown by Kinkaid. Dylan. And the Reed Turlington way back deep to receive at the 5-yard line. This could be returnable, and it will by the up man at the 22, and he'll get back to about the 30. So the short kick taken by Ty Blevins on the near side. He'll spot it at the 31, and that's where Episcopal will start their drive. Almost everybody up on the line of scrimmage with Oregon under center. And Blevins in the backfield. Blevins going to be stopped in the backfield. Aggressive defense, and Trey St. Julian blitzes in from his linebacker spot to drop Blevins for a loss. So second down and 11. So it looks like when Episcopal has everybody up on the line, Kinkaid is willing to blitz some folks, and that time they got home, dropped Blevins behind the line of scrimmage. Plenty of time for Episcopal to use their entire playbook. They have 2 timeouts remaining as well. But now they have a second and long, 3 receivers to the wide side of the field. Oregon looking that way, in a little trouble. Now sprints out and going to tuck it himself. He'll get some yardage and stood up at the 35-yard line. A big hit. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7. Coach Larned not happy about something, but it's still 3rd and long, and Episcopal unable to get the pass away yet again. Oregon had fairly good protection for quite a while, but couldn't find an open receiver, so he took it himself. Kinkaid defense flowed to him. And now an important 3rd and long for Episcopal. Likely a punting situation if they don't get the first down or at least close to it. 2 receivers either side. Linebarger in motion. Rolling right side. Flag comes in. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Chase Woodard. So we might have a holding call. And we do. So presumably it will be declined by Kinkaid, and the Knights will be forced to punt. Oregon's pass was a little high for Woodard. Got a hand on it, tipped it, couldn't come down with it. And it's time for Matthew McCreevy, the sophomore punter, to make his first appearance of the night. With 3:06 remaining in the first half, so plenty of time for Kinkaid to add to their lead. Dylan Bell inside his 40. He's already shown how dangerous he can be in other capacities. We don't want to give him a punt return for a touchdown to go with his touchdown run, touchdown pass, touchdown catch. McCreevy's punt, well away from Dylan Bell, and will roll out of bounds at the 29-yard line. 37-yard punt, but it's up to the Episcopal defense to try and get a stop and keep Kinkaid off the board again. Last drive, the Falcons marched the football down pretty easily, pretty methodically, with only one long pass from Capobianco to Henry. The rest was a bevy of runs, and Dylan Bell is back in the backfield again, waiting to take the handoff, and he does. Not quite as much room this time as he's stopped by Braden Crow coming up from his safety spot. Still picks up 6 yards. Now the clock not necessarily the Falcons' friend. They only have one timeout remaining. Clock is running at 2:35 to play in the first half. So relatively short chunks of yardage on the ground. Probably not going to get them back on the scoreboard. We'll see if Capobianco takes to the air. St. Julian in motion on 2nd down over the middle. Pass was behind the intended receiver, Gotzigan. Going to bring up 3rd down. Couple of Knight defenders were in the vicinity, but couldn't come up with it. Clock stopped with 2:19 to play. And now it's Episcopal's turn to possibly force a 3 and out on defense, if they can get a stop on this 3rd and 6. Micah Bell is back in at tailback spot. Capobianco, they only rushed 3. He has time. Throws to the right side. Intercepted! With some blockers in front of me. Drops the football. Who fell on it? An interception fumble. Still no signal who got it back. And they're going to say Episcopal still has the football. So the interception made by Braden Crow, and I think it was Bo Edwards who fell on Crow's fumble. So an excellent opportunity for the offense of Episcopal to come back out and put points on the board. 2:04 left to play in the first half, and the ball on the 24-yard line. Can Coach Lease and the Knights take advantage? Again, they crowd the line of scrimmage. This time Gay is in the backfield. Play action to Gay. Looking long, has a man, overthrew him again. It was Lane Linebarger breaking for the post. Was open, but the pass was too high for him, and Trace Organ continues to overthrow most of his passes. He had time on the play action, just couldn't connect. He does have a touchdown pass, but it was on a curl route and a lot of yards after catch. That was from Drew Michael. This time 3 receivers split wide left on 2nd down and 10. Empty backfield now for Oregon. 3-step drop, flat route. And I think that was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Matthew McGreevy gets a hand on it from his defensive end spot, and it's 3rd and 10. Clock stopped with 1:52 left to play. Probably out of field goal range for the kicker, Logan Phillips. Be a 41-yard field goal in sloppy conditions, so most likely 4-down territory. Linebarger alone split out wide left and 3 receivers to the right side on 3rd down and 10. Gay is next to Oregon, who looks to throw. Flush right side, still running. Going to tuck it and run, has a little bit of room, 20, and forced out of bounds short of the 1st down around the 16-yard line. So that's an impressive 7-yard gain, but it's 4th and 3 again from about the same spot on the field where Episcopal had 4th and 3 and did not come up with it after an Oregon pass sailed incomplete. But this time, Oregon and company are down a point instead of being up 5. Do they keep it on the ground? Actually, they give him 9, so it's 4th down and a long yard. Full house. They have an I formation backfield with Gay. Sweep, puts his foot in the ground, 1st down and more. Heading for the end zone. Can he get there? Going to be stopped inside the 5 around the 3-yard line. Colby Gay with a 21-yard run. So the sweep play with big Bo Edwards in the backfield in the fullback spot. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage are the Knights. Clock running. 1:33 to go. 1st and goal. Same formation. Sweep right side to Gay. Can he get in? Heading for the end zone. Walks in, standing up. And the Knights regain the lead late in the 2nd quarter. So now the Knights are going to call timeout. They have 2 remaining, so this will be their 2nd. They're probably going to set up a 2-point conversion, which would put them up a full 7 points. So this time they get the ball in the opponent's territory. And this time on 4th down, they convert, and then Colby Gay goes over from 3 yards out. This is the 4th lead change of the game, and we're just in the 1st half. On paper, this looked like a bit of a lopsided game, but these are 2 rivals who know each other very well, and they match up fairly well. So they're going to put the ball on the left hash for this 2-point conversion. So we'll see what Coach Lees has in store. They got into the end zone from 3 yards out. They have the same formation. They try a similar play. Nope, they fake the sweep. Can Oregon get to the end zone? He's in! Oregon runs over a tackler. and hits the pylon to score, and his teammates mob him after the two-point conversion. 21-14 with 81 seconds left in the first half. So still quite a bit of time for Kinkaid if they want to try and get an evening score before halftime. But again, they have one timeout remaining. They've got to be cognizant of the clock. Episcopal scores, coming on a 1-yard touchdown run on 4th and inches at the goal line by quarterback Trace Organ. Then after falling behind 8-6, Drew Michael took a curl route, raced 35 yards for a touchdown. Extra point was good to make it 13-6. Then after falling behind once again, Colby Gay moments ago going over from 3 yards out. And Oregon adds the two-point conversion to make it 21-14. The Knights with the lead at home. Now, the last two times they've kicked off, Steve Lees has decided to go with a version of the onside kick. I'd be very surprised if he did that this time. He actually kicked it deep the last time. And for field position's sake, I think they're going to do that again. Castillo tees it up. Falcons looking to set up a return. Caught at the 15. Blockers in front of him. Good return. Still down the sideline. He may go. And he will. Cameron Henry. So the lead is short-lived, but there is a flag at the 15-yard line. Wow. After it looked like Henry was gone, a flag comes in behind the play, and Episcopal may get new life. Let's check the flag. Henry, who has a touchdown reception tonight, just sprinted down the right sideline with blockers in front of him and outraced the entire Episcopal kick coverage team. Want to see if the officials are talking it over. It's possible this could have been a post-possession flag, which would mean the touchdown would count. A block in the back, actually a push in the back against Episcopal, so the touchdown will count. Scored a 78-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Cameron Henry. So their second short touchdown drive, this one only 13 seconds. And it looks like they're going to have Grant Peterson kick the extra point for the tie. They've tried a couple of two-point conversions. They're 50%. But now they're trying the traditional extra point for the first time tonight. A little bit of a low snap, but Peterson gets his foot into it. And it's good. So back we go again. 21-21. And the Episcopal defense didn't get a chance to shut him down as Cameron Henry raced 78 yards past the kick coverage team. And now we'll see if the Knights have enough time to come up with a score. Only one timeout remaining, and they're going to have to go a long way more than likely. So much speed on that Kinkaid roster. Both Bells, and we just saw Cameron Henry. Henry with great hands and also great speed. So the way this has been going, we may have time for 2 or 3 more scores. Who knows? Recall that Episcopal won the toss and deferred, so they will receive the second half kickoff. But it really would be nice to get some points on the board and regain the lead before halftime. We'll see if Turlington gets a chance. Blevins returned it last time. He was the up man. So we'll see if Peterson decides to kick it deep or if he kicks it short to try and avoid a long return. Wouldn't surprise me if it were the latter, given how Kinkaid tied the game moments ago. And they're going to give a return chance. Heading to the left side with blockers in front, 45, and tackled at the 48-yard line is Braylon Thompson. So a pretty good return, and once again, Episcopal with a good return, but there is a flag on the play, and that's going to negate some excellent field position.
Flag on the play.
Lying at the 27-yard line. Very likely a hold or a block in the back. And it is a hold, and that severely hurts the Knights' chances for putting up points in this stanza. So instead of getting the ball on their own 48-yard line, the ball is going to be spotted at their own 22. Add that to the fact that Trace Oregon hasn't had much luck in throwing the ball downfield. We'll see if they give him a chance. Maybe a short pass play. Try and get a catch and run out of it. But it's a tight formation with Blevins in the backfield. They go play action. He has time. Throws, has a man open. Sliding catch at the 43-yard line by Marshall Owens. First time we've called his name tonight. But they start the clock because he did not get out of bounds. 21-yard gain, clock running. As soon as they set the chains, 53 seconds, now the clock runs. This time Oregon in the shotgun. Looks to throw with time. Lots of time. Nobody getting open. May have to take it himself. Finds a receiver. And almost intercepted by the other number 4, Cameron Henry. Doing it all, almost gets himself an interception. And that time, I'm wondering if Oregon couldn't have taken off and headed out of bounds and gotten close to the first down around the midfield stripe. Instead, he tries to thread the needle on a pass with 2 receivers in the same area, and it's almost intercepted. 39 ticks left on the clock, and it's 2nd and 10. Again, tight formation. Last play, the Falcons were playing coverage. Let's see if they bring some more pressure. A little bit more pressure. This time he has to step up. Has a man, and it's intercepted as the receiver falls down. Pass intended for Cole Bailey. And instead it falls into the hands of Hawk Cockrell, number 28.
Number 20, Miles Rader. Flag on the play.
But there is a flag back near the line of scrimmage. 31 seconds left on the clock. Looks like it might be a holding call. And it is, so it will be declined, and that will be the second interception thrown in the first half by Trace Oregon. So 31 seconds left. Ball on the 40-yard line for Kinkaid at a 21-21 game. Wouldn't surprise me at all if Capiabianco sends Cameron Henry deep, just like on the Sandlot, throws it up and see if his receiver can make a play. Again, only one timeout remaining for the Falcons. And Oregon continues to struggle with passes beyond 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage. It's a direct snap to Dylan Bell around right side. He'll get out of bounds, but only a 1-yard gain. Hoping that Bell could somehow spring it. But good defensive coverage that time as the Knights flow to the football with 24 seconds remaining as Dylan Bell fails to pick up any yardage. So now Capiabianco comes back in. Cameron Henry split out wide to the right. If they go deep, they'll probably call his number. Micah Bell is in the backfield next to Capiabanco. Has time. Throwing the flag around. That could be intercepted, and that's almost caught. Alex Gotzigan had it hit in the face mask. It went through the hands of Reed Turlington. So that was almost a pick, then almost a catch. And it's an incomplete pass with 18 seconds remaining. So will they try it again? Get the play in. 3 receivers to the right. Henry alone on the right side rather. And they're going to give it to Micah Bell. He'll get some yardage. Going to be stopped short of the first down, and presumably that is how the half will end. Coach Lease not going to call a timeout. So after 4 lead changes in the first half, we're right back where we started. Knights 21, Falcons 21. We'll be back to wrap up this first half in just a moment. You're watching Episcopal High School football on Vype Sports. Welcome back to Episcopal High School, an action-packed first half, but we're all tied at 21 apiece. I'm Chris Martin. Thanks for joining us this evening for the Southwest Prep 4A rivalry battle. Episcopal got the game started with a 1-yard touchdown run by Trace Organ on their initial drive after getting an onside kick. Extra point was no good. They led 6-0. 2 plays later, Dylan Bell took a halfback pass and threw it to Cameron Henry and then ran it over with a 2-point conversion to make it 8-6. Then after Harrison Lawrence intercepted it for the Falcons, the defense held the Falcons 4 and out, got the ball back, and Trace Organ found Drew Michael on a curl route. Michael raced 35 yards for a touchdown to make it 13-8 after the extra point. Hutch Coward recovered a fumble deep in Falcon territory, but a 4 and out ended with an incomplete pass. And then the Falcons took advantage with Dylan Bell capping a long drive, 14-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion failed. Falcons led 14-13, but then after a Braden Crow interception, setting up the ball in Falcon territory, Colby Gay converted on 4th and 3 and then ran it over from 3 yards out to make it 21-14 after a 2-point conversion run by Oregon. But the ensuing kickoff, Cameron Henry with his second touchdown of the night, racing 78 yards down the right sideline. Extra point tied it at 21 apiece. 2 interceptions thrown by Oregon and 1 fumble recovery by the defense of Episcopal. And again, Episcopal will get the ball to start the second half. We're going to step aside momentarily and let you enjoy some of the halftime ambiance. Once again, our score. The Knights 21 and the Falcons 21.
Go Knights! Go Knights!
Welcome back to Episcopal High School in Bel Air, Texas. Chris Martin here with an exciting game about to go to quarter number 3. All tied at 21 apiece as the Knights hosting the Falcons of Kinkaid. Episcopal looking for its first district win of the season and only a second win overall. Kinkaid looking to go to 6-2 and 2-1. It will be Episcopal getting the third quarter kickoff because they won the opening toss and deferred. Perhaps one of the biggest plays of the game is one that was called back. Remember, it was 4th and 3, or only about 4th and 7, and Kinkaid threw a screen pass to Dylan Bell, whose knee touched the ground, but he got up, kept running, and scored. They originally called it a touchdown, which would have given Kinkaid a 2-score lead, but then the officials got together and 2 minutes later overturned the call, said his knee was down, so the ball went over on downs to Episcopal, who ended up scoring and taking the lead. As we said, 4 lead changes in this game thus far, 4 turnovers, 2 by each team. Interestingly, only 8 points scored total off of turnovers. That was by Episcopal on their last touchdown. So Grant Peterson ready to kick things off for the Falcons. Last time a good kick return out to midfield was nullified by a holding penalty. And Oregon threw an interception. Peterson's kick comes down to about the 9-yard line. Braylon Thompson brings it up to about the 29-yard line. They'll take over 1st and 10 for their initial drive of the third quarter.
At the room, 30-yard line.
So the offense comes off the sideline. Trace Organ made some things happen with his legs, but has struggled throwing the football. It's going to be Colby Gay to get the first drive. He and Ty Blevins have been switching out at the tailback spot. Officials taking their time with the restart. Really taking their time. I think they're changing the football. But Coach Lee's had an issue with the football, so now they're going to change it. Kind of muddy conditions and wet. Perhaps it's led to a lot of the turnovers. Certainly the fumble recovery. That was on a bad snap by the Kinkaid center. Hutch Coward got on that one. And now we're ready for play. Who will come out on top in the second half? Oregon looks to the sideline. Gay off left tackle with some room, makes a man miss, still going. First down, tackled from behind across the 40 to the 44-yard line. So a good run by Colby Gay of 14 yards to start off the third quarter.
We do ask that the flash photography please stop the flashing while the players are in motion.
And now
no flashes while the players
Episcopal is going no huddle for the first time as they spot the ball on the 45-yard line. It's the first time we've seen the no huddle out of Episcopal tonight. And again, it's Colby Gay following blockers, but going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. First man to hit him was number 70, Alex Lozada, big freshman offensive lineman. They'll give him one, going to bring up 2nd and 9.
The photographer on the Kinkaid side, the 35-yard line, please no flashing while the players are in motion.
So now they go back to the no huddle. So they just ran a couple of plays initially. Or they go back to regular huddle, I should say. As they try and work the clock. There's that tight bunch formation. They've run play action off of it. Will they do that on 2nd and 9? Linebarger in motion. Nope, they sweep, trying to get Colby Gay outside, and he will have to come inside and barely get back to the line of scrimmage. Host of Falcons stop him. Going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Knights. So Trey St. Julian gets the tackle, but nice job by the defensive end on that side.
Official timeout on the play.
Official timeout is looks like a Falcon is down on one knee. As you can see, the numbers a little bit hard to read for the Falcons. Those white uniforms sometimes cover up the purple jersey numbers, and that's Lozada, who made the play a couple of plays ago, walking off under his own power, so that's good news. Conversely, Episcopal's uniforms look pretty clean, so it must be just the royal blue keeping the dirt away, because they've certainly been getting dirty, scoring 3 touchdowns and making some good defensive stops, getting 2 turnovers, but now their offense with a 3rd down and 9 at their own 46. Will Trace Oregon put it up? Now they shift, and Oregon is all alone in the backfield. Has time, steps up, throws, and that's intercepted. An ill-advised pass. Miles Rader steps in front of the flat route. That was thrown late and short. An excellent field position for Kinkaid at the Episcopal 32-yard line. 3rd interception thrown by Trace Oregon tonight.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So now the initial drive for Kinkaid starts in Episcopal territory with a chance to regain the lead and break this tie. Micah Bell in the backfield. Capabiano in the shotgun. And a whistle to stop play. I didn't see a flag. Now they'll reset the play clock. It's Dylan Bell in motion. High snap. They throw into the flat. Inside the 32, about the 28-yard line, is Harrison Lawrence. Might be his first catch of the night. He has an interception on defense. It's the first time we've seen the wide receiver screen, and it's good for 5 yards. Dylan Bell was sent in motion and blocked for his fellow wideout. Micah Bell stands to Capabiano's right on 2nd down and 5. Again, that's Dylan Bell in motion. Capabiano looking the other way. Now he takes it himself up the middle. 1st down. Tackled from behind by George Still, but that will... Oh, it looks like it is going to be 3rd down. I thought he had the 1st down, but it's getting 3rd down and about half a yard. They're spotting the ball at the 23-yard line. So the chain's not yet moved, and now they're going to stop the clock and maybe bring out the chains for a measurement. First time we've seen that tonight. Clock stops with 8:48 left to play in the 3rd quarter. I'm not sure what the issue is there. Now they bring out the measurement. So Episcopal with a chance to regain the lead to start the 2nd half, and Trace Oregon throws into the flat, and it's picked off.
Homecoming 2021 on Friday, November 29th. Nice take on Houston Christian. Homecoming dance on Saturday, November 30th. This year's theme, sponsored by the softball class, Hollywood Knights.
As Miles Rader steps in front of the pass, and they're saying it's still 3rd and short after the measurement. So Dylan Bell there to take the direct snap. Now they re-huddle. Capobiano not on the field. Now they reset the chains, and officials taking their time, I suppose, with the muddy and wet ball. They want to make sure everything is copacetic where it needs to be. Now they wind the clock. As the Falcons offense looks over to the sideline now, Dylan Bell breaks the huddle, ready to take the snap. Going to try the right side. First down, but not by much. Looked like he might find daylight, but he's quickly hauled down by Braden Crow for a short gain, but it is enough to move the chains.
Good enough for Falcon. First down, 1st and 10.
Defense has done a pretty good job, well, a perfect job thus far of not giving up points after a turnover by their offense, but they're getting tested again. It's the ball on the 22-yard line. And they leave Bell in to take the snap. This time he hands off to Micah Bell, who bounces outside, has a first down, 10-5, and will be stopped inside the 5-yard line. So 1st and goal for Kinkaid as they let Dylan Bell hand off to Micah Bell. Braylon Thompson saves the touchdown for the Knights. Spotted at the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. Kinkaid knocking on the door. And they're going to stick with what's working. Dylan Bell still out there on the field. Be the 3rd play in a row with the Wildcat. Does he keep it or hand it off? Going to take it himself right side. Touchdown. Dylan Bell with his 3rd touchdown of the game. 2nd touchdown run. This one from 3 yards out. And the Falcons regain the lead. Going to try their 2nd extra point with Peterson. They tied the game with that in the closing minute and a half of the first half. Kick is up and good. So with 7:52 remaining, it's a 28-21 ball game as Kinkaid takes the lead, 5th lead change of the ball game. So Episcopal fails to take advantage of getting the ball to start the 3rd quarter after the interception. Falcons drive the short field, 33-yard drive. Dylan Bell totes it over from 3 yards out from the Wildcat formation, and it's 28-21 Kinkaid. And again, the key issue was getting behind the chains, as they say, is not getting enough yardage on 2nd and 3rd down to continue running the football, which seems to be the strength of the offense tonight for Episcopal. Again, Oregon continues to struggle throwing the ball downfield. Peterson's kick is deep to Thompson, takes it at the 12. Tries the left side. A little bit of room across the 30. And they'll spot it around the 34-yard line. We'll see where he comes out. But again, good field position to start a drive for Episcopal.
I take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
So let's see if the Knights can get back on track offensively. You would think if you're Kinkaid, you're going to try and stack the line on defense, and in passing situations, only rush a minimum of players and play coverage. It's resulted in 3 interceptions thus far, 2+ quarters. Now Blevins is in the tailback spot, his first drive of the second half. Oregon in the shotgun, rolling right side. Going to throw into the flat. Nice catch at the 43-yard line. Lane Lineberger, his first catch of the night, near the first down marker, and that was a good throw by Oregon, a long throw across the field, but give credit to Lineberger to coming back to the football, helping his quarterback. Good for an 8-yard gain. Nice play-action timing route. Hopefully that'll get the quarterback's nerves calmed a little bit here in the early second half. Two receivers either side on 2nd and 2. Going to take it himself, facing a bunch of Falcons. He somehow Houdini's his way out of it and gets the first down across the 45 to about the 48. He made about 4 Falcon players miss. He should have been dead to rights for a 2-yard loss, but give credit to the slipperiness of the senior Trace Oregon. There is a lot of slipping and sliding going out there on that field today. Rainy weather earlier in the week, muddy spots all over the field. Colby Gay now into the ballgame at tailback. And this time, once again, it's the quarterback into Falcon territory. First down and more, off to the races. Beats one man inside the 20, inside the 10, and tackled inside the 10-yard line. They're going to say he went out of bounds around the 9. A 44-yard gain for Trace Oregon, his second long run of the evening. And the second one that puts his team in 1st and goal.
First and goal for the Knights. Right at the 10-yard line.
And since they're spotting the ball on the 11-yard line, they've got to wait for the chain gang to go halfway down the field. So it is not 1st and goal. It is 1st and 10 at the 11 after the impressive run of 39 yards by Trace Oregon. This time they've got the heavy backfield formation. They try a sweep play with Blevins. Well pursued by the Falcon defenders. Was coming in to make the tackle was Nico Gomez. They read that like a book for a 1-yard loss. Again, that was big Bo Edwards at the fullback spot. He got a kick-out block, but great inside flow from the defense. Dropped Blevins for a 1-yard loss, so the ball back at the 12-yard line. Morgan brings the play in. Important series here in the 3rd quarter for Episcopal after falling behind by a touchdown. And they're behind the chains again. This time both Gay and Blevins in there on 2nd and 11. Play action, and ball thrown over his shoulder. That might be intentional grounding. It's an incomplete pass. No flag as of yet. And that's a dangerous play by Oregon, who felt pressure. Now they throw the flag. That's not uncommon for them to throw a late flag on intentional grounding. That's a spot foul, so basically where he would have been tackled, that's where they move the ball back to, and it's a loss of down. So it's 3rd down and about 20 yards as good defense by Kinkaid almost gets the sack and forces the penalty. So it's hard to tell if it's 4-down territory. If Logan Phillips has a good leg and they don't get much yardage, they may try and just get some points out of this. He was kicking field goals from about that spot in warm-ups. But it's 3rd down, call it 19. 3 receivers to the left side. Blevins in the backfield. See if Kinkaid brings pressure. Looking to throw is Oregon. No, they're playing coverage. Has all kinds of time looking for an open man. lets it fly into the back of the end zone. It's up for grabs. There's some bumping, but no flag, incomplete. And Oregon is getting up slowly, no flag. And that time it was up to Oregon just to make a play as he threw it to the back of the end zone, intended for Marshall Owens, and he's coming off slowly, and the field goal team is coming out. So Logan Phillips is going to try what's going to be about a 37-yard field goal. So we'll see if the conditions play a part in this field goal attempt. Kick is up. It's long enough. And it is good. So Logan Phillips with the first field goal of the game, and the Knights don't come up empty. They come up with 3 points, still trail 28-24 with 4:28 left in the third quarter. Now Castillo tees it up once again, or gets ready to tee it up. Now they bring the football out for him to tee up. Remember, he started the game off with a pooch kick that was caught by Linebarger, a teammate. Then they failed on an onside kick their second try. They kicked it deep since. The last time they kicked it deep, it was returned to the house by Cameron Henry. So it's been kind of feast or famine on kickoffs for Episcopal for the most part. What did they make Castillo do this time? This time he's backing all the way up. And he lets it fly, and it is going to go over the head and into the end zone, not giving Dylan Bell a chance to return it. That's one way to prevent the kickoff return touchdown. So the Falcons will get the ball on their 25-yard line. So after scoring a touchdown with a short field, David Capiabianco and company going to have to go the length of the field if they want to add to their 4-point lead. Still anyone's game. 5 turnovers in this game. 3 by Episcopal, but that's the first time that Kinkaid is converted. And they're going to go with what works. Dylan Bell still in the backfield, taking the snap, so no Capiabianco. He's going to try the left side and hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe 2 yards. As he's submarined by number 6, Reed Turlington. Does pick up 3 yards. So even when they appear to stop him, Dylan Bell still picks up a little bit of yardage. And Coach Lease is going to have to come up with a solution to Dylan Bell taking the snap. He's already scored 3 times tonight. The last time from that very formation. Micah Bell is in the backfield with him. 2nd down and 7. Dylan Bell has not tried to throw it out of this formation yet. He's going to try right side. Finds a crease. And 1st down and more. Turns on the Jets across the 45 and run out of bounds near midfield. See where they spot the ball. Looks like they're going to spot it in Episcopal territory. So good blocking and patient running by Dylan Bell. And the ball is on the Episcopal side of midfield.
Right hash 46.
They'll spot the ball at the 46-yard line. Quick little 26-yard burst by Dylan Bell. And now David Capabianco comes back in. Dylan Bell will get a rest for the moment. He's been the workhorse all night long. Micah Bell remains in the backfield. Motion man, they give it to Micah Bell off left side, trying to bounce it out. Makes one man miss and forced out of bounds inside the 45 at about the 44-yard line. George Still pushes him out after about a 4-yard gain. Looked like Braden Crow had a chance to tackle him around the line of scrimmage. The angle wasn't correct, and he only got a little bit of shirt tail of Micah Bell. So for the most part, it appears that Kinkaid taking a play out of Episcopal's book, keeping the ball on the ground. Now 2nd and 7. St. Julian in motion. Micah Bell going to try and follow him. Spins out of a tackle, but not out of the second one. Hutch Coward makes the tackle after about a 1-yard gain, so it's 3rd down and about 5. So we'll see if the Falcons decide to keep it on the ground and play for 4 downs if they don't get the first, or if they let Capabianco throw it up. Interesting, Cameron Henry doesn't come back to the huddle by design. He looks to the sideline for the play. Now he knows it. And it's 3rd and 5. Capabianco gives to Micah Bell, trying to get outside, puts his foot in the ground, cuts out, 1st down and more, still on his feet. But a flag comes in. He's tackled at about the 32, but let's check the penalty flag. And a Falcon player also down. They're calling holding against Kinkaid, and looks like big number 83, Anthony Saragusa, the tight end, hobbling off after his own on his own power. So let's see where they'll spot the ball after the holding penalty. They're going to near the line of scrimmage, so they'll march it across the 50-yard line back into Kinkaid territory. So instead of a 1st down at the 32, they have it 3rd down and about 15 from their own 48. Can Episcopal take advantage of the break and finally force the Falcons to punt for the first time tonight?
Make some noise.
Well, now they're moving the ball back into. Yeah. It looks like that's a spot foul, so it's still going to be 3rd and long, but the official marked it off from the line of scrimmage, but there was a downfield hold. So the ball is still in night territory at the 47, but it's 3rd and 11. Still a chance for the defense to get off the field if they can make a stop here. Capabianco stays on the field. Clock running inside 2.5 to play from the 3rd quarter. Third down and 11. They try the reverse to Henry, coming around. He's got a lot of room, but hit at the 45-yard line and stopped after about a 4-yard gain. He had room for a while, but then 3 different Episcopal defenders collided on him and combined for the stop. Now, interesting decision for Coach Larned. 4th down and 8 at the 45-yard line of Episcopal. They have not punted tonight, and the offense is staying on the field. Peterson is their punter as well as their kicker. And they're going for it. 4th and 8 with a 4-point lead. Can the defense get another 4th down stop? Now they have a late addition. The wingback is ready. Try and draw a player off. 3 seconds on the play clock. And they're going to take the delay of game penalty. The play clock actually showed 0 for about 5 seconds. Finally, the delay of game penalty is called, so Coach Larned just tried to get a 5-yard penalty in a 4th and maybe 3. Instead, it is now a punting situation for Grant Peterson. One of the players did jump for Episcopal, but he got back on, did not make contact. Since the ball wasn't snapped, there's no penalty. That's a Texas rule. Now Linebarger back to receive the punt inside the 15. End over end punt. Can try and make a return. He falls on it. Looks like he took his eyes off of it, and thankfully the ball did not bounce away on the soft field. He recovers it around the 20-yard line. 1:05 left remaining on a fast-moving third quarter, and Episcopal will take over at their own 20, down 4 points. So after 6 touchdowns scored in the first half, we've had just a touchdown and a field goal scored in quarter number 3, with 65 ticks remaining on the clock. Again, the Knights struggling to get their passing game going. Oregon did complete a pass in the right flat last time. Then used his legs to get deeper into Falcon territory, set up the field goal. Colby Gay in there at tailback. And Blevins with the snap. So they take a page out of Kinkaid's book, let their tailback take the direct snap, and Blevins gets close to the first down. They're going to say he picked up 9. So Blevins still in there. So both running backs in the backfield, Blevins and Colby Gay. They go with no huddle. And they go to the quarterback looking to throw downfield, but nobody's open. He's going to take it himself, holding on to the football gingerly. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. It was a first down, so they tried some trickery as they disguised the quarterback, Oregon, as he lined up as a wide receiver. But 2 receivers in the pattern, both well covered by Falcon defensive backs, and it's 2nd down and 10. On what could be the final play of the third quarter. So Coach Lee's going for the home run ball. Nice decision by Oregon not to let it fly. And that is going to be the end of the third quarter. 12 minutes remaining in this one. Kinkaid with a 4-point lead, 28-24 over Episcopal in the Southwest Prep 4A district contest. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in a moment on Vype Sports. Back here for fourth quarter action, 2nd and 10, as Oregon is back at quarterback. Play action, looking to throw downfield. There's a man wide open, 2 men in the same area, and it's caught by one of them at the 40-yard line. So Chavis, coming in on offense, makes the catch, and finally a long pass completed by Trace Oregon. Great play fake. And he was running wide open, but still 2 receivers in the same area. Coach Lease will take it. They've had trouble getting big chunk plays through the passing game tonight. And one good for 25 yards. Colby Gay the lone setback. Linebarger in motion, and it's Gay taking the handoff. He pushes his way forward inside the 40 to almost the 35-yard line. Good tough running by the senior Colby Gay. Now Blevins checks in. So it looks like they'll have the two-back backfield. Both teams with all three of their timeouts. Episcopal trying to drive, score, and regain the lead. Nope, just Gay in the backfield. And it's Blevins who takes a direct snap. And somehow makes a man miss first down and more. Finally inside the 25 at the 24. Blevins looks like he was going to be stopped at around the first down marker. But again, he uses his slipperiness to make Falcon defenders miss him and move the chains. Now Oregon comes back out onto the field. So they go Wildcat for the first time on this drive, and they've had fairly good success with it. Both teams have, when they direct snap it to one of their running backs. Now it's Gay next to Oregon, and Oregon going to take it himself, try and follow his blockers, and not going to get very much. Not sure if he slipped or tried to avoid a tackle. Gained maybe a yard, and that's it. Again, they need to get about 5 yards to get to the same length of field goal that Phillips converted last time, but they don't want 3 points, that's for sure. Oregon under center on 2nd and 9. Play action, looks to throw, has time. Rolling right, going to take it himself, but a flag comes in behind the play. And we'll see if there's a flag on the tackle, but nope. As Oregon was body slammed after about a 3-yard gain. Now they're going to call a flag late. About 10 seconds after the play was over, a flag comes in by the line judge. Now, you would think it might be a dead ball foul, but it also could be on Coach Lee's. He was out on the field, and he was near the line judge who threw his flag. So it's possible it could be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Episcopal bench. Officials are talking it over. Remember, was likely an offensive holding call to be considered as well. Clock stopped with 9:40 left to play in regulation. It is holding. He did not say what the second flag was. And the second flag is waved off. So it's just offensive holding. It will be accepted. As Coach Larned will take a second down and about 19 as opposed to 3rd and 6. Especially since 2nd and 3rd and long have been very tough for Episcopal tonight. They marked the ball back all the way at the 31-yard line. Coach Lee's having a conversation with the referee and the side judge. I'm speculating, but it looks like the side judge perhaps may have thrown the flag for unnecessary roughness on the tackle, but he was far away from the play. None of the other officials threw their flags. And Coach Lees wants an explanation as they ended up waving off that second flag. Either way, when play resumes, Coach Lees isn't probably going to get this one overturned. Still waiting for the referee to start the play clock. Now we're just about ready. Actually talking to some of the night players on offense. Maybe explaining why that wasn't an unnecessary roughness call. And now we're ready for play. So again, it's Blevins with the direct to take the direct snap. He looks to throw, rolling out to the right. And that play was doomed from the start. A couple of receivers in the pattern, but the Kinkaid defense was all around him, and that's a 5-yard sack. So Episcopal moving the wrong way as they get close to the red zone, and now it's 3rd and about 25. Now they're facing a possible punt situation if they don't get a huge chunk of yard on this 3rd down play. As Oregon comes back, Blevins exits the game. Inside 9 minutes to play now, clock running. Gay right next to Oregon, 3 receivers to the left side. Oregon looks to throw deep down the right side. It's up for grabs. Incomplete at the 2-yard line, and again, good coverage by the Kinkaid defensive backs. Linebarger is the intended receiver. Nolan Sanders back there. Now 4th down and a mile, and yes, you might as well punt now and try and pin Kinkaid deep inside their 10 or their 5. So Matthew McKeevy comes back out. The ball's on the 34-yard line. His last punt was 37, so got to be kind of careful where he puts this one. Kinkaid coming after it, but McKeevy gets it away, aiming for the sideline. And it rolls out of bounds, but it's going to be just inside the 20 at about the 19-yard line. So a short punt, but it is inside the 20. And that is where Kinkaid will take over with a 4-point lead and 8 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the ball game.
First attempt for the Falcons at the 9-20. Check that at their own 20-yard line.
There's nothing Coach Larned would like more than to run the ball repeatedly. A long drive, taking off most of the clock, going up 2 scores. Capiabianco's in there. Micah Bell is in the backfield with him. That's Dylan Bell, who's in the game in motion. That's where he's looking to throw. And breaking a tackle after an 8-yard gain. Not sure if that was Pierce Morrell. We'll have to check the number. See, I think that was Nico Gomez who made the 7-yard gain. This time 3 receivers are lined up to the near side of the field as referee spots the football. Capiabianco looks to the sideline with 8 seconds on the play clock. This time the Falcons like the clock. It's their friend with the 4-point lead. And Capiabianco looks to throw into the flat as Dylan Bell breaks 1 tackle, has the first down. Out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. See, not only is Dylan Bell fast, he's also big enough. And now a late flag comes in. And I'm not sure. It looks like Dylan Bell may have been charged with the unsportsmanlike conduct foul well after the play. And I was just going to sing his praises about being a tough running back. Officials are talking it over. It will still be a first down if it is an unsportsmanlike conduct call. Here's the call. It is against the Falcons. So Dylan Bell, after picking up 8, is causing his team to lose 15. Good news for Falcon fans is they still have the football and 10 yards to go for a first because it is a dead ball foul. And they can actually work a little bit more clock. Trying to get a new football as they're spotting it at the 26-yard line. And that's where Kinkaid will restart their drive. Now the officials are talking things over. The result of the play was a first down, so if it's a dead ball foul, it should still be a first down here. There's been a lot of official discussions, including one overturned call, which is something you rarely see in high school football. The clock is temporarily stopped with 8:11 left in the game. And what was a quick-moving third quarter has turned into a very slow fourth quarter, mostly because of the men in black and white. Remember, this is all because of an unsportsmanlike conduct foul against Dylan Bell of the Falcons. I think he actually threw a football at a player after carrying it out of bounds and getting the first down. I'm not sure what they're discussing. The chains are right. The yard line is right. Unless they're discussing whether it's an automatic ejection. But now the referee is retreating to his position.
The result of the play was a first down. So they back it up 15.
And I think we're now ready for play.
At their own 27-yard line.
I think the Astros game is moving quicker than this one. Now we're ready. Micah Bell in the backfield next to Capabiano. They look for the swing pass again, and this time the receiver is upended. Cameron Henry, the speedster with 2 touchdowns tonight, can't get his speed going now. Braylon Thompson holds him for a 2-yard gain, and that's the best that Episcopal has defended that play tonight. Conservative play calling with a 4-point lead for Coach Larned. Not letting Capiano throw it downfield, at least for now. Now we're ready for 2nd and 8. We give this to Micah Bell, trying to get outside, and he does. Runs by one tackler, and we'll have a first down before he's spun out of bounds. Just so much speed with both bell carriers. When they get to the outside, Episcopal unable to take the correct angle. Once again, a Kinkaid player is down at the 25-yard line. Looks like a cramp, which is probably the least serious common injury. Clock stopped for the moment with 7:16 left to play. And in addition to that, it's a face mask penalty called against Episcopal. So they'll add 15 yards to the end of that run. So now there's no question as to whether it was a first down. They'll actually move the ball close to the midfield stripe. So they're saying as Micah Bell was going out of bounds, an Episcopal player grabbed the face mask. And so now a miscue by the Knights on defense. And actually they're spotting it at the Knight 49-yard line as they help the cramping player off the field. That's Brian Aiken, one of the starting offensive linemen. The Knight defense needs to come up with a stop. At the very worst, hold the Falcons to a field goal, make it a one-score game, but they've got to give their offense some time to come back and regain the lead. Give it to Micah Bell with breaking a tackle again, first down across the 40, across the 30, and out of bounds. That's the second straight play where Micah Bell has avoided the first tackle and scampered for a first down. At the 36-yard line of the Knights.
30-yard line.
Since he went out of bounds, the clock remains stopped. And the running game, especially this half, has been aces for Kinkaid. Micah Bell has it again, but hit in the backfield and tackled for a loss. Hutch Coward, who's had a pretty good night at the defensive tackle spot, gets a TFL. It's like a loss of 3 on the play, and that's exactly what the Knight defense needed. Well, that time Micah Bell either tried to run in within the tackles or couldn't get outside, either way, and loses 3. Now Capobiano comes out of the game. It looks like we'll have another direct snap to Dylan Bell. Actually, yep, there it is. Dylan Bell and Micah Bell in the backfield. This has worked very well in this third quarter. Direct snap, trying the left side, runs into traffic, still going, and falls forward for a decent gain of about 5 yards, but there is a flag on the play. As it stands, it's third down and about 7, but let's check the penalty. Referee talking it over. Illegal procedure, so an illegal formation or illegal motion. So wipe away that 5-yard gain and march back 5 the other way. That'll make it 2nd and 18. And now a huge opportunity for Episcopal to get the ball back for their offense thanks to penalties and miscues by the Kinkaid offense. Knights down 28-24 after leading 3 different times tonight. So again, it's Dylan Bell with a direct snap on 2nd and 18. Going to try the left side again. Finds a crease, spins forward, still going. Keeps the legs moving and gets back to about where he stopped on the last play. Pickup of 10, and it's about 3rd and 7. So Dylan Bell picks up a nice chunk of the yardage they need to move the sticks, and now it's more than likely 4-down territory. Determined running by Dylan Bell, who was touched at the line of scrimmage and then several other times before finally being brought down. And Dylan Bell will stay in the game to take the snap. Capobianco still on the sideline. 9 seconds on the play clock as they break the huddle. Micah Bell next to him. They'll try the right side this time with Micah Bell following. Cuts back, across the 20, first down and more, heading for the 10-yard line and finally dragged out of bounds. It's like the 6th grader who's playing tackle football with the 2nd graders. He just keeps running and forcing several players to push him out of bounds, and they just can't get him on the ground. Dylan Bell, definitely the player of the game as he moves his team back into the red zone with 5:16 remaining. And you got to think a touchdown all but seals this game for Kinkaid. It is 1st and goal at the 9. No Capobianco. They started their third quarter drive with a big dose of Dylan Bell taking snaps. He ended up scoring from 3 yards out. Going to try it again. Stacked up a little bit. Breaks tackles again. And gets positive yardage to about the 6-yard line. Very rarely has Dylan Bell been tackled by the first man who touches him. Inside 5 minutes to play. 2nd and goal. Can Episcopal find it in their defense to keep the Falcons out of the end zone? Give their offense a chance to come back. Bell the right side. with the crease, tackled after a 2-yard gain. It looked like for a moment he could sprint to the end zone, but he's tackled from behind. Going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 4. Still in Lewis making the tackles. They actually spotted at the 5, so 3rd down and goal. That time they did stop the play of Dylan Bell, so they're going to bring Bell off the field. Let Capiabano come back into the game. Taking his time, 8 seconds on the play clock. Now he sets his offense. Going to have to hurry. Micah Bell's the tailback. And he gives it to him. Bell trying to get outside. Can he widen? No! Tackled in the backfield. Jackson Chavis with a big defensive stop, and it's 4th and goal from the 8. Now decision time for Coach Larned. Does he have enough faith in his kicker to make it a 7-point game? It looks like he's going to take a timeout to think about it. Or will he go for it on 4th and goal from the 8, knowing that Episcopal would still have to go the length of the field, 90-ish yards, if they want to come back and win this ball game. 3:23 remaining in this one. Episcopal trying to get their 2nd win of the season, this one against their rival from 7 miles away. They have not suffered back-to-back losses to Kinkaid since 2011-2012, but they lost last year. And this would be back-to-back. And after they've actually had the lead on 3 different occasions and was tied going into the locker room at halftime. Right now, one play at a time, it's time for the defense to come up big and keep the Falcons out of the end zone. Nope. Won't need to do that as they're going to try a field goal. It will be Grant Peterson. This is a 25-yard field goal from the left hash. Kind of a low snap. Line drive, and it's good. It got over the crossbar by maybe 3 feet, but it counts. And with 3:17 remaining, it's a 7-point ball game, 31-24. Well, the last time that Episcopal had the football, they took 3 minutes and 15 seconds to score. There's 3 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock. However, it was just a field goal, and 3 points will not do this time. They trail by 7, 3 timeouts, but again, a passing game which has been intermittently successful at best. It would be wonderful if we can get an excellent return from Thompson without a penalty. We already have 1 kick return for a touchdown. Let's see if we can get a matching one for Episcopal. Peterson's kick. And that'll just go in the end zone, no return. So 75 yards away from potentially tying or taking the lead in this game. Trace Organ presumably will have to put the ball up at least once or twice. But he has thrown 3 interceptions, although he did complete a 25-yard pass on the last drive. Last drive was stymied by penalties and a sack of Blevins, who actually took the direct snap. And it's Blevins again who's going to take the snap. Nope, actually it was the quarterback. And so Oregon is still looking, and overthrows his wide open receiver, Linebarger, as linebackers were coming up to meet him, but Linebarger was open. Unfortunately, Oregon airmailed the pass. Second down. Just a little bit too anxious. So now the Knights with 2nd and 10. Everything 4-down territory. Now an empty backfield for Oregon. 3 receivers to the right. Looks to throw, just a 3-man rush, has time. Now flushed and going to take it himself. No flags, and he'll go out of bounds near the first down marker. He is going to be short, but the clock will stop. Gain of 9. 3rd down and 1.
While the players are in motion.
Three minutes even left on the clock. So we'll see if the Knights just try and get a first down. As Oregon is under center, Blevins in the backfield. And it is Blevins with a handoff, first down. So that'll stop the clock momentarily after the 4-yard gain. They'll have to start moving with a little bit of urgency.
At the 40-yard line.
Well, they haven't started the clock because they're changing footballs, so a little bit more time to prepare for Oregon and company. Now Oregon under center. Play action. Looking to throw. Has a man in the flat. Doesn't see him. Going long. Trying to put it in. Too far for Linebarger. Incomplete. Given the situation, it's understandable that he tried to go for the home run, but just a little bit off the mark. So 2:41 left. 2nd down and 10 once again.
2nd and 10 for the Knights.
He would have had to put that pass between 2 defenders. We'll see if they can maybe just get some yards if they try and pass, make it a manageable 3rd down. Oregon looking for the play. Tells his teammates. Blevins next to him, and Blevins will get the carry with blockers in front. He'll get a good chunk of yardage to about the 49-yard line, but short of the first down, so the clock continues to run for the most part. Now the clock runs with 3rd down and 2. Inside 2.5 to play. First down and more by Blevins, who dives over the midfield stripe. And a flag comes in late, and we might have an unsportsmanlike conduct or an unnecessary roughness call against Episcopal, and that would hurt. The ball is right now on the 46-yard line. And if it is indeed that type of penalty, that will move it back to about the 39 rather. With 2:17 left on the clock, and that hurts. Have to keep your cool in the closing minutes especially. Didn't see exactly what happened. And it is unsportsmanlike conduct against Episcopal. So it should be first down, but as you see, they lose field position.
The run resulted in a nice first down. Unsportsmanlike will back up off 15. Knights will have a 1st and 10.
From their own 39-yard line. Again, 3 timeouts remaining, but every yard in field position very precious for a team that's had trouble getting chunk plays tonight. Colby Gay back in the ball game now. Blevins switches sides. Play action. Oregon sprinting right. Lets it go. 2 receivers again in the area, and it's way out of bounds. Incomplete. So yet another 2nd and 10 for the Knights. The last 2 times they've given it to the tailback to get a good chunk of yards and make it 3rd and short. Will Kinkaid continue to play kind of a prevent defense and rush only 3, and even if they're giving up several yards on the run play. Gay comes out of the ball game. Blevins is in. 2:03 left to play in the game. Nine seconds on the play clock for Oregon and company. Better not look to the sideline. Better run the play. Gets the snap away. Play action on 2nd and 10. He's going to tuck it and run and get sacked. With 3 yards loss. Coach Lease not using a timeout right now. And Oregon is hurt. He's not getting up after that sack. I think that was Eden Hogan. And that means he's going to have to come out of the game no matter what happens. 150 remaining on the clock, and so presumably they'll take a direct snap to either Blevins or Gay on this next play, or will they put their 2nd-string quarterback in? Might be Ethan Bozeman, number 16, the sophomore, if they choose to go with him for at least a play. But Oregon was slammed hard to the ground. He is still flat on his back. It was a legal tackle. Officials have been letting them play in terms of tackling, just throwing flags on activity after the play. Let's hope the senior quarterback is okay. Well, Oregon is up, but I'd be surprised if we saw him the rest of the game. And so now it's up to the sophomore, Ethan Bozeman, in a tough situation coming off the bench, 3rd and 13. They did charge a timeout to the Knights because of the injury in the final 2 minutes. So let's see the play they call for Bozeman on 3rd and 12. Nope, they wind the clock, so it wasn't a timeout. Blevins next to him. Bozeman looks to throw. Throws over the middle. Incomplete behind his receiver. So now it's 4th and 12. And another flag comes in. I think that's going to be on Episcopal as well. So 4th and 12 will become 4th and 27, and Episcopal losing their cool now. They have an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And now a second one. A lineman laid on top of a defender and wouldn't get up. And that's post-possession, so it's 4th down. And now Episcopal going to need a prayer. They've got to get to the 49-yard line on one play with a backup quarterback. If Episcopal needed a miracle, they need it now. Down 4, needing a touchdown to retake the lead. Now you might as well try and throw a long pass, throw it up. Hopefully a wide receiver can make a play or get a pass interference call. Bozeman's going to roll right, gets outside, throws long, out of bounds, incomplete. No chance for that one, and Kinkaid takes over on downs. The Knights can stop the clock twice. But right now, Episcopal, or rather the Falcons, have been running the football well, and they've got a good field goal kicker. So they could even get into field goal range and make this a 2-score game if they don't get a first down. But a first down will end the ball game. We'll see who comes in at quarterback, and it looks like it's going to be Dylan Bell taking snaps. They've had success pretty much every time he's taken the snap. Unfortunately, they're going to have to move 5 yards back before they start their drive. So the ball was on the 24-yard line. Now it's on the 29. Again, 1:35 remaining in the ball game. This time he hands off to Micah Bell, trying to get outside, trying to stretch it, and he smartly goes down inbounds. And a timeout going to be called by Coach Lease after the 3-yard loss. 1:26 left to play. So now it's not ideal. You would wish you could gain some yardage. If they go for it on 4th down or kick a field goal and are unsuccessful in either, it looks like Episcopal would get the ball with about 40 seconds left, maybe 35 seconds. And they'd have to go the length of the field with no timeouts. But anything can happen, especially in sloppy conditions like this. So you just keep extending the game as much as you can. After 42 points scored in the first quarter, only 10 points scored in the second half. First half was 42 points, 10 points in what was the third quarter. It's been a scoreless fourth stanza thus far. So again, Dylan Bell to take the snap on 2nd and 14. He's going to try the right side. Breaks more tackles and finally falls down at about the 23-yard line. So pick up a 5. And Coach Lees uses his final timeout with 1:17 remaining. So kind of revising things. If they stop them on 4th down, it'd probably be only about 25 seconds that Episcopal gets the ball. It's a wild start to this game. Trace Organ gave his team the lead for the first time. Episcopal led 6-0 after a 1-yard touchdown run. Then after Dylan Bell threw a 39-yard halfback pass to Cameron Henry to move up 8-6 after the 2-point conversion. Oregon found Drew Michael in the curl route. Michael raced 35 yards for the touchdown. Extra point made it 13-8 Episcopal, their second lead of the first half. Then Dylan Bell ran it out from 14 yards. 2-point conversion failed. It was 14-13 Kinkaid. And then Braden Crow, an interception later in the second quarter, led to a Colby Gay 3-yard touchdown run to make it 21-14. But that 78-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Cameron Henry of Kinkaid tied the game at 21 and really took the momentum away. First third quarter possession for Episcopal resulted in a turnover, an interception in their territory, and that led to a touchdown to make it 28-21. So now third down, and Bell just trying to run out as much time as he can, and he manages to get 5 yards on the process. So now Coach Larney's going to run down the clock, and it'll be about 24 seconds when he takes a timeout, presumably. He has all three. And they can just go for it. It's 4th and 4.
Take it down to about 26, 25 seconds. Correct.
Dylan Bell has done everything this game. Scored from the tailback spot, scored from the quarterback spot, scored throwing a pass. He's directed the offense, making smart decisions, breaking tackles. Only poor decision he made was throwing a ball at the sideline of Episcopal after a run and getting an unsportsmanlike conduct. Turned out not to hurt him. They ended up driving down and getting a field goal. That's where we are now, 31-24. Last two scores have been field goals. So first things first, Knight defense has to stiffen and force a turnover on downs. And then, if that happens, Bozeman, the backup quarterback, will have to work some magic here, some Bel Air magic. A loss tonight by Episcopal would all but eliminate them from playoff contention. They'd be 0-3 in district, having lost to the 2-2-0 teams. So they would both have to lose all of their rest of their games, including whatever games they're playing tonight, in order for Episcopal to possibly make it to the playoffs if they don't come back and win tonight. Kinkaid, on the other hand, with a victory, would be in the playoff hunt at 2-1 in district play. Again, it's Dylan Bell going to take the snap. 4th down and 3. Right now it's the ball game. Can Episcopal get a stop? Trying to draw him offside. I would imagine I can't imagine they won't run a play unless they'll call timeout again. And they will. So back-to-back timeouts called by Nathan Larned as they try and get a free 5 yards. Don't know how hard they tried. Dylan Bell, who's not the regular quarterback, probably doesn't know the nuances of the position and drawing teams offside with cadences and the like. But now they'll definitely run a play, hopefully. So we said this third and fourth quarter has been pretty slow. But the fourth quarter especially. Third quarter went quick.
Out of Eagle. Yeah, I like that.
It was a back and forth first half. Things have smoothed out in the second half. So we said only 13 points scored. And Episcopal unable to score a touchdown thus far in half number 2. There's little mystery as what's going to happen on this offensive play. Only 2 or 3 options. Dylan Bell taking it himself left to right or handing off to Micah Bell. Nope, Capabiano's now in there. And Micah Bell's in the backfield. So, 4th down and 3. Capabiano's going to hand it off to Dylan Bell. And I don't think he got it. He did not. So the clock will stop with 19 seconds remaining. So Episcopal will get the football back. No timeouts.
Jake Lewis, Bo Edwards on the stop.
And they've got to go about 82 yards.
Take over now, 2 versus 10.
And again, it's the backup Bozeman, who only took the last 2 snaps and saw his passes sail incomplete. He's got to get a chunk of yardage on this play. Actually, they're going to put in Ty Blevins. So Blevins is going to take the snap. We saw him roll out for a pass once tonight. He was sacked after not even getting a chance to set up. Colby Gay is in the backfield with him. And again, the officials taking their time and spotting the football, trying to get a drive football. Bozeman needs all the help he can get, rather Blevins. Blevins, who's carried the football well, both at the tailback spot and in the Wildcat. He's going to have to use his arm this time. He's got Owens, Linebarger to his left, 2 receivers to his right. From his 18-yard line, the snap. 3 men rushing. He's going to throw to the sideline and nobody home. Linebarger went long instead of cutting out. So no intentional grounding. 13 seconds left, second down. Now Bozeman's coming in. Blevins kind of gave up on that play a little early. Only 3 rushing defenders for Kinkaid. So let's see what Bozeman can do. 3rd time's a charm, right? He's got to avoid tacklers and can't do it. And he throws it. I think it's an incomplete pass. And I don't see an eligible receiver, so that might be intentional grounding. That would be the 2nd intentional grounding for Episcopal tonight. Let's see if they throw the flag. Nope, no intentional grounding. So it is 3rd and 10 with 7 seconds left.
3rd and 10 for the Knights.
So now they've got to hope for a long gain and get out of bounds with like a second left and then a Hail Mary. Or a catch and run of 82 yards. If they have some rugby trick play, this is the time to use it. And unfortunately, they're going to be called for a delay of game, it looks like.
Flag on the play, delay game against the Knights.
They may have to because the ball came out, they may have to reset the play clock, and this is the 4th quarter that is taking quite a bit longer. So it is not a delay of game.
They wave the flag off.
So now Bozeman's got to look to the sidelines on 3rd down. Well, they try a screen pass, and it's caught by Gay. He's got to go the whole way. And he's down. Gets the first down. Time runs out. Kinkaid comes up with a big victory on the road over Episcopal. Kinkaid 31, Episcopal 24. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a moment on Vype Sports. Team shaking hands at midfield at Episcopal High School, where the Knights fall to the Kinkaid Falcons, 31-24 in a district game. In a very back-and-forth first half, a calmer second half. Star of the game, certainly Dylan Bell for Kinkaid. 3 touchdowns on the night. 2 touchdown runs and a touchdown pass. Cam Henry had a touchdown reception and a kickoff return for a touchdown for Kinkaid. Trace Oregon had a touchdown run, a touchdown pass, and a 2-point conversion, but he also threw 3 interceptions and was injured late in the game. Let's hope that young man is all right for the rest of his senior season. Only 1 touchdown, 2 field goals scored in the second half, and the Episcopal offense just couldn't find their mojo to get into the end zone in quarters 3 or 4. So that means Episcopal falls to 0-3 in district, 1-6 on the year. Kinkaid goes to 6-2 and 2-1 in district play. Final score once again from Episcopal High School, 31-24. Kinkaid wins it. I want to thank everybody involved with this one. For Kyle and everybody else at Vype Sports, I'm Chris Martin saying so long from Bel Air, Texas. You've been watching high school football on Vype Sports.